Good day and welcome to the Microsoft Office Professional and QuickBooks course. We are in week 1, which is our onboarding week, where we have so far completed orientation, enrollment, and now we're going to get a deep dive into administrative requirements for the class over the next 10, 11 weeks. So you should have received your administrative tab in Google Classroom, and we're just going to go through each one of these. The summary is always going to be listed in your posting so that you have an idea of what is required for that particular module. And every day you get a module, Monday through Friday. So the summary for this is specific to the requirements daily and weekly in terms of administrative tasks during the training program. These tasks are required to be completed daily, and your final weekly report must be turned into Google Classroom every Friday by 12 noon. And just to reiterate the schedule, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is 9 a.m. to 4:30, and then 3:30, I'm sorry. And then Thursday is your presentation day, where you're going to actually create your slide deck, and this slide deck must be narrated, and you will create a slide presentation using Google Slides, where you will narrate all the activities that you completed from the previous days. And then Friday is a very short day where you'll do your quiz for the week as well as turn in these administrative tasks. So, daily timesheet is done on a daily basis, your activity log, then you have your daily Clockify report, and at the end you will turn in your assignments, tasks, etc. completed when they're completed through Google Classroom. And they're always going to have like a due date, so make sure that you understand that if you turn it in late, and we give you pretty much till 9 p.m. and this is how we set that time. So we'll go in and put the date that it's due and your time. If for some reason you're not able to meet that time, you let us know in writing. You'll post that over on the stream side of Google Classroom, and it will allow you to send a message out to me as well as our coordinator, administrator, Maria, that your assignment will be late. Okay, so let's go over the daily timesheet. So here's your timesheet. This may differ depending on what county that you come from, but they send us your timesheet already pre-formatted with your contract information in there, your counsel, all that. So we have to follow this format, and this particular timesheet represents only 1 week. Some timesheets may represent 2 weeks, but in this case, it's just 1 week. So what we typically do is have our students take this document and turn it into a Google Sheets document. And when you do that, you're able to keep all of your timesheets together. To do that, you will create in Google Sheets, this is a sample, you will create a timesheet with your name and follow the exact same format that you see on your template that's been provided under Google Classroom. And make sure everything's lined up and looks exactly like the timesheet. The reason we have you do this is because we want to keep all the timesheets together so that you can actually create week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. This is a typical example of a timesheet that is over a 2-week period. So if it's a 2-week period or a 1-week period, you will duplicate your timesheet based on the template that we provided you with. So this is an opportunity to show or demonstrate your current skill set with being given a project with no actual training. We just want to see how you do in terms of going into a application such as Google Sheets and creating a document from scratch. So we'll see what you come up with. Now, that covers our timesheet procedure. Next is the daily activity log. You'll also find this down in the bottom portion of your Google Classroom post. Typically, we will make a copy of your daily activity log with your name on it, and we'll go ahead and share it with the team. So you'll see your name, Maria, and then of course the Tea Center is the owner. So you'll be able to use the template just as is. And of course, when you go to turn it in, you'll click here to do copy link, and it'll copy the link, and then you'll be able to paste it inside Google Classroom when you've done it. So let's go over the daily activity log, which started with the first day of this training class. So enrollment orientation, here we are in administrative professional development. So yesterday's activities you will list here, which is also orientation, enrollment and orientation. So you'll list the date, the subject, what you were doing, and any comments. Comments are required. Just say completed, or if you know any suggestions you may have, any problems you may have. This is our way of communicating. Also, this activity log is a document where we document what you have done for the day. Actually, you document for what you have done for the day, and we submit this with your timesheets. At the end of the program, you'll have each week inside this one workbook so that you will have a history of what you've done for the entire class. As you notice down here, this is orientation. We're in week 1, and you'll also be documenting the additional areas that we will be going over in this same week. And this will be shared to you. Also, I want to point out there is a homework log here. So if you put in some extra hours, we put it underneath the homework log. You'll put the date, the time in, the time out, total hours. These accumulative hours will work in your best interest if they're after school hours, because if you have to take a day off or you miss a day, you're able to use these hours to supplement, to maintain your 270 or 40 hours, whatever your training track is. You'll be able to have those extra hours in weight to add to your actual overall totals. Also notice under orientation, at the top, you're going to put your name, your contract number. You're going to get your contract number off your timesheet. And then week 1 is already entered in there, and then you put your dates. So if it's January 1st to January 5th, that is the week dates, not the overall dates of the class, but the week that you're documenting. And you'll do the same thing for week 2. Put in your week dates and your name. We're going to show you how to automate this particular project as we move along. Now, when you go to create your next week's, you can use this template, but it's highly recommended that you use one where you already filled out your name and your contract information, or go to the template and do that. And then every time you go to create the next week, you click on it and you make a duplicate, and it'll already have that basic information in there. But as you can see, the daily activity log is pretty much just date, accomplishments, comments, time in, time out, and total hours. The orientation is a little bit different because of what we're doing in terms of orientation and enrollment. And of course, the first week, getting acclimated with the onboarding procedures, etc. So when you start week 2, it'll be a little bit different, just the date, accomplishments, comments, time in, time out, and total hours. And then, of course, as we said, the homework log. So if you duplicate this template after you created it, once you actually duplicate it, then you can slide this over so it becomes week 3. And then, of course, 4, 5, 6, etc. Okay. Next is your Clockify. And Clockify is a cool app that allows employers as well as in schools, anybody that needs to track their time. It's a cool way to actually track your time so that you can send out your weekly report or invoicing or billing, etc. So we've included a tutorial here that will allow you to give you the instructions to actually set it up, and it's very detailed step-by-step instructions, so you'll be able to go through this and set up your own account and be able to send your weekly report in with your timesheet. Because this is a virtual class, the timesheet reflects your overall time, whereas the Clockify report will detail your specific task that you completed and when you did it. And should you have any questions concerning this, definitely put them in the Google Classroom stream and we will be able to help you. One of the things I want to get everyone acclimated into doing is, if you have a question, Google it. And then if you don't find the answer, then put it in Google Stream, and we'll get you the specific answer. But the reason I want you to start Googling things is because when you leave class, you won't really have anybody that you can ask what to do in your work environment or your business environment. And so you'll get in the habit of Googling it, finding the answer on your own, and then if you've still got questions, you can let us know. So definitely look through this video. It's 6 minutes long, and it'll give you all the details that you need in order to complete what's required of you for this training program. And then there is turning in all your assignments. Now, when you turn in your assignments, you're going to take if you're doing any workbooks through Google Forms, you don't have to take a screenshot of every page. You just take a screenshot of submission. So once you finish the workbook and hit submit, a screen will come up and it'll say you successfully completed. That way you can turn in that screenshot as completion, not necessarily each individual page. So be mindful of that. You're just going to turn in that last submission that you'll get once you hit submit when you finish the actual workbook, which is what we use for our quizzes and any of our lessons or documents that you have to upload. Now, there is one other document in here that you will complete, and that is your student course materials form. So as you progress through the training program, you will document that you've received all of these items listed in this course materials form, for which we have to submit to your funding agency that you received it. So you'll simply enter your name, your last 4 digits of your social security number, your counselor, and the start and end date of your class. And then you'll start to do your digital signature here and the date that you received it. And that actually concludes the weekly administrative tasks. And you'll see those are the instructions, and you'll see the project where you're going using the timesheet template below, create a duplicate in Google Sheets. You'll also be able to follow that procedure I gave you about taking a screenshot of your workbooks and your quizzes after you hit the submit, remembering that you only hit the submit button. Once you hit the submit button, then you take a screenshot of just that form that comes up that says you successfully have done it, and that's all you turn into Google Classroom when it comes to your workbooks. Next, you'll find on your Google Classroom platform, Week 1 Professional Development. So we'll go in here and click here, and again, you'll see a summary. So let's review that. The purpose of these exercises during the professional development module of the Microsoft Office 365 Professional and QuickBooks course is to assess your current digital skills, identify skills you will need for the position you choose, Build your mission statement and identify your current technology in the course. These exercises are important to completing upcoming modules. So, your instructions are outlined, and they always will be. Reading your material up front will give you everything that you need to be successful in this class. So make sure you read it, reread it if you have to. So the first step is going to be to complete the digital literacy assessment. And I'm going to review that. We also want you to complete your personal mission statement assignment procedure below. So we've documented these under separate tabs so that you know exactly what to do. And then you're going to do your activity log, your Clockify report, your timesheet. 3 through 5 you've already done from yesterday's assignments. So today, basically, with this assignment, you've got 2 things to accomplish. When you get to this digital literacy, which I'm going to show you in a minute, there'll be 3 assessments that we want you to take. Essential computer skills, using technology in daily life, and then Google yourself, as well as print your results. So let's go through that. All right, here is the digital literacy. And this is an important part of the class because you'll get your certification from North Star Digital Literacy every step of the way. You'll be getting certificates from this platform that we purchased for this class. So we will issue, once you've done your assignments, we assess you. You get the assignment that you're going to do for that particular area or module. And once you've completed the projects, we issue a certificate from this platform along with your assessments that's pertaining to that specific module. To get started, we're going to have you take an assessment. And we're only looking for you to do basic skills. Let's toggle back. We want you to do essential computer skills. So let's look there. And this is essential computer skills and using technology in your daily life. So we're just looking for you to, if you think you need to do something with keyboarding, you can take that one. But we're just looking to find out what your updated skills are. However, these are all out there. And if you think you need to brush up on any of these areas, you can do so. These are the things that you would put in your homework log that you did extra outside of your class requirements. And if it took you 2 hours or an hour or whatever, you'll document that in your activity log under homework. But you're going to specifically work on essential computer skills and the basic skills under that tab, and using technology. We want you to, and just go back and see what they're asking us to do, daily life, using technology in their daily life. So this is going to be social media. We want you to check your social media out and really just see if there's anything out there that would prohibit you from getting your employment. We also want you to take a look at your digital footprint and career skills that you may need. Each one of these are going to give you a tutorial, a quick tutorial, and some may have a quiz at the end and some may not, but it's a great tool. And as I said, you'll get a little credential at the end of doing these. We'll be able to track your progress on our end, and you'll be able to earn several little certificates as you go. We'll get into essential software skills later as we go into Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and even the Google format. We'll start off with Docs, but then we'll move on to the other apps under the Google Workspace platform to let you know exactly what you'll be requiring to do. Now, that is basically it in terms of digital literacy. Your second project for today is personal mission statement assignment. So click on the link below to complete this task. And here is just like a little form-filled document so that you can actually document what your mission is for the class. And at the end of it, you'll actually get a printout of it, and you'll turn that into Google Classroom. We've also provided you with information that is basically telling you in 2025 what you need to have in order to function in today's world of work. So review that, and there's a lot of good information in this. This is just basically for review purposes only. We're going to come back to this when we do our cover letter. So save this in your arsenal so that you're able to use this as a reference going forward. Once you do it, you'll be able to download your report and turn it into Google Classroom when you do your mission statement. And that is pretty much the conclusion of your requirements for today. And just keep in line with the steps and procedures that you have to complete and turn them in by 9 p.m. today. So we're going to make sure we set that time for today, and it's due 9 p.m. If for some reason you cannot meet that deadline, you'll let us know through Google Stream. All right, and Stream will be here. You click here, make your announcement, and then once you start to type, you'll see the post populates, and then you can actually post it, and the entire team will get a copy of it, as well as fellow students will see it as well. So be sure that you complete all your assignments. You're still in week 1, so all of this is actually due. So you'll get a new post under week 1 for day 3, which will be tomorrow. So all of these were done in the first day, and we did it in different stages, so it wasn't overwhelming. But you will be getting day 3 tomorrow. We will release that by 9 a.m. and that way you can review all your materials. And if you have any questions, you'll be able to get them answered during the live lecture. All right, have a great day. Remember, follow instructions and read all your materials.